Hello everyone, happy Wednesday. I hope you're all okay and hope everyone's all right. Hopefully you can hear me and everything is working. In fact, I'm just going to flip over very quickly and yeah, it looks like we've got microphones today, which is good, and no echoes, hopefully anyway. Hopefully you're all okay. Where's summer gone? Where's summer gone? It's horrible here today. It's cold and wet and windy. It's horrible. Don't like it. Right, what was I going to tell you? First of all, there's not going to be a live tomorrow. Hi Anne, hello darling. It's not going to be live tomorrow. I have to go and help Sara with something, and because we are at the Glamorgan Federation, WI Federation. Oh, sorry, 2 seconds. I'm just going to turn that tumble dryer off. It's just made a noise. There we go. Turn that off because otherwise that's going to drive me potty. So Friday and Saturday we are at the Glamorgan WI Federation. What's the word? Exhibition. Their big exhibition and stuff. So we're going to be there. So Linda's having to cover the shop on Friday for us, so she's not in tomorrow, and I've now got to go and help Sara with some bits, baby bits and stuff. So we're not going to be doing a live tomorrow. Really sorry, but it's just we can't wiggle everybody in the right place, unfortunately. So Sara will be in the shop by herself. So yeah, I'm not available to do it. So really sorry, but there won't be one tomorrow. So this will be the last one for this week. And then next week, because I'm on holiday next week and I'm supposed to be catching a plane on Sunday to Cos. Today, a lot of wildfires broke out in Cos. So much so that they were evacuating people and they were sleeping on football courts. So whether I'm going to Cos or not on Sunday, or whether I've got a hotel to go to on Sunday, we'll wait and see. So I might be off next week, but if so, Sarah will be doing Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday and Thursday next week. Okay, normal like 1 o'clock. So, okay, there won't be a Wednesday evening one. So yeah, that was all the bit of news. Let's say hello to some people. Hi Linda, hi Jean, hi Leslie, hi Carol. You can listen and keep one eye on the tennis. I know Wimbledon started. I was watching a little bit a minute ago. Yeah, hi everybody. Cool. Right. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to go straight up to the overhead. Actually, we're just going to crack straight on. I've been playing around again. And what we're going to look at today, now I've made this into a little project wallet because you know how much we love a project wallet. These are flying geese, which we all know and love, and you all know the original way of making them, and then you all know now the no waste flying geese way of making them. This is going to be continuous flying geese. This is brilliant for, now I've only done little strips of 4, but the way we're going to do this is completely different to other ways of making flying geese. And I'm also going to show you a different method where you can actually make them look like arrows as well, which works really, really well. But we're going to do both tonight. But this is brilliant for borders because you just keep adding on and you actually build it as you go. We're not making individual geese and then adding them on. We're going to be making big long strips of them. Okay, this is continuous flying geese. That's what we're going to have a look at tonight. Okay, which is just a different way of doing them. But I found this really quick, very, very quick and really nice and easy to do. Hi Joyce, how are you? Lovely. And you know, we try and show you some different techniques and different ways of doing things. I just made, these were my sample bits. I thought, well, I'm not going to let them go to waste, so I've just made yet another little, I wanted a longer one for keeping my rulers in. Very stupidly, I made it just half an inch too short to get my big one flat, which is annoying. You know, the lovely one that which one of ours, the 2.5 by 17. Look, most annoying. Look, it's like half an inch too short. Was very annoyed, which was what I wanted it for. I wanted a wallet to be able to keep all my rulers in, and stupidly made it too short. But never mind. But that's not what it's about tonight. It's about continuous flying geese. That's what we're going to do. So the sizes I'm working with are, you want whatever your goose shape is going to be. So the V bit, okay, the actual, you want a 4.5 inch square, and I've got 4 here. Okay, so I can show you how to do the continuous thing. And all you're going to do with those is you're going to cut them in half diagonally once. Okay, so we're just going to go corner to corner like that, and cut them in half. Okay, so I've now got 8 geese. Okay, like that. And then you want your background fabric as 3.5. So these were 4.5, and the little bits that sit on the side are going to be 3.5. Now, from what I can work out, from what I've played around with, it basically works for any size. It's a flock. It is. It's a flock of geese that we're doing tonight. This works with any size. So if these were 4.5, this is 3.5. So if this was 5.5, these would be 4.5. 6.5. Your little pieces are an inch smaller than whatever size this is, and it works. Okay, but this is the size we're doing tonight. So 4.5 cut in half, and then my background pieces are 3.5 cut in half. Okay, so I've already cut loads here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take, and we're going to work upwards. So we're going to take my first triangle like this, and just decide whether you're always going to go left first and then right, left, right, like that, or vice versa. It really doesn't matter, okay? And you're going to put the long diagonal edge here, okay, like that. And this is going to go right sides together. So we're going to put these right sides together, and you need to offset it, and I'm lining up that edge. You need to offset it here by about 1/4 inch by your seam allowance. So, little trick for doing that, if you don't want to do it by eye, if you're thinking, oh no, I need a measurement, is just grab your ruler, line up the edge of the fabric on your 1/4 inch, and just make a little tiny mark there and a little tiny mark there. Okay, so can you see I've got marks there and there? All right, so until you've done your first couple, this might help. Okay, so that's going to go right sides together like that and align those edges. And then what you want to do is make sure that that 1/4 inch mark there is hitting this line. Okay, can you see what I mean? So where the 1/4 inch hits the edge of the square should be hitting the edge of the V piece there. Okay, just to make sure that it's all going to line up properly. Once you've done a few, honestly, you'll be able to see it by eye. But if you're worried to start with, just make those little marks, and you can see I've got a little bit overhanging here, all right? And we're going to stitch down there. So, over to the machine. Oh, hang on, 2 seconds. I can put the 1/4 inch on. It's because I was doing some binding on something just before we came on air. So just swap over and do my 1/4 inch foot. And that's number 57. Just go down to change that over. So how are you all? How is everybody? Are you all okay? We're 57, there we go. Okay. Right, so what I'm going to do then, I want right sides together, like that, and I'm going to stitch down 1/4 inch. Like that. Okay, and hopefully, when I get to this bit here, my 1/4 inch is going to come off right where that fabric there meets this fabric. So just there, okay? Pretty spot on, I'll take that. It's cold and rainy there, is it lovely? Oh, hi Carol, how are you, love? Okay, so back over here. Right, let me just pull over my wool mat a second. Oh, and the iron. I dropped my big iron earlier. Moved the ironing board, dropped the big iron, and smashed it. So I'm going to buy a new iron. Right, okay, what we're going to do then is we're just going to gently push that back, okay, like that. Now, everything's on the bias, so just be gentle when you're ironing. It's a gentle press, okay. There's my first side. Grab my next one, like that. Again, if you want to, just add those little 1/4 inch marks on, just so that I've got a little guide if I need it. There we go. Just got an idea of where it's going. That one's going to go on there like that. Okay, so right sides, do them on the right side. So right sides together, you should get a little overlap at the top here, like that. Okay, so again, that 1/4 inch, hang on, let me do them on the front, on the right, on the right side for you so you can see it. I can see it through the fabric, but you probably can't see it on camera. It's been raining on and off all day, Joyce. I know, it's horrendous, isn't it? Just back from Lincoln, sunny there, pouring down here. Oh, rubbish, Han. Rubbish, rubbish. So that one's going to go on like that. Flip right sides together. Pop that one. So you're aligning the long edge first. And then, can you see my 1/4 inch here is hitting this bit here? Okay, that's what I want. And there's a little tiny overhang. Again, if you want to pin in place, just pop a pin there, just so, and we're going to stitch down there. Okay. Where is it? Number 4. Over we go. Eileen, how did your circular quilt go down? Did you give it to your friend? Was it your friend's birthday you've given it her to? I did see a picture of it. It was beautiful, love. You made such a good job of that. Okay, so that's that one. Okay, and flip that one out like that. Okay, so there's like my first goose done. Okay, now traditionally you would make lots and lots of those, you know, individual ones, wouldn't you, in the traditional method, and then sew them together. But we're going to do continuous ones, which means you can do long lines, which are great for borders. So I'm going to grab my next one and I'm going to put it right sides together along like this. Okay, and you want to make sure that you've got about the same amount either side. That centre point there, if I run my, hang on, this is another little check, you don't need to do this, but just so you guys can see, if I run my ruler off that centre point there, when this one goes on top, like that, you basically want it so the point is right dead centre, okay? Your friend's cousin went down really well. Oh, great. I'm not surprised, lovely. It was beautiful. Okay, and then we're going to stitch 1/4 inch long here. All right, back over we go. I'm going to do this. I'm doing this slowly to start with, just so hopefully you guys get the idea. And then I'm going to show you how fast it can be. You can really, really create long borders of flying geese super fast. There we go. Back over we go. I think if you would, if you wanted to do a pieced border on a quilt, this is just such a quick way of doing it. There we go. Okay, so you can see I haven't lost my point. Everything's still okay. And then we're going to carry on. So this one's going to go like this. Okay, so you're basically going to pretend this isn't here. You're going to add this one on like that. Press that out, and then we're going to add this one on here. So I'm going to put a couple together. I'm going to take all this over to the machine, put a few together, because then I want to show you how you can make arrows as well. So I'm going to do 3, and then I'm going to show you the arrows bit. Okay, so let's go back over here. So has anybody been up to anything exciting? I'd finally got over the fact that I was going on holiday and I was going to miss the baby being born, because he's coming next Tuesday. So far so good. He's still in place. He's behaving himself. He's still where he's supposed to be. Just finger pressing these for now, like that. And but he was, they because she's going to have a C-section. They are doing it next Tuesday while we're away. So I got over. I resigned myself to the fact that I wasn't going to be about. We'd organised everything with Jonah and made sure that he was being taken care of. Josh and my sister are off, and everything was fine. And then we find out today that there's wildfires everywhere, and you're just like, oh, really? Right, okay. I'm not going to put a third one on, because I want you, hopefully, well, yeah, I will. I'll put a third one on. So you're going to grab another long one, and that's going to go across the top like that. And you can just double check here that it's coming down through that point. Okay. Actually, it needs a quick press. Sorry, 2 seconds before I put that one on. Finger pressing's all right in between those two, but I would then definitely give it a press like that. Then this one's going to go on like that. Make sure you've got that little overhang. Make sure it's coming down the centre like that. Stitch it on. Okay. Back to the machine. Anybody got anything interesting to tell me? We've had lots of bookings for quilt groups and all this last week. We are getting very, very full up for quilt groups this year, which is amazing. It's so lovely to get out and about and see people. So remember, we will travel. We will travel all over the country. If you've got a quilt group you want us to come to and visit and do a pop-up shop in a workshop or a talk or something, then just give us a shout and we'll come see you. Okay, There we go. Need a minimum of sort of, 8 to 10 people to make it worthwhile as travelling. Okay, right, so I'm going to put that one on there and that one on there. Okay, and then I'm going to show you how you can reverse it and you can do all sorts of fun things with it. So I'm going to add that one on there first. But you can see how fast this would be because there's no sort of messing around trimming or anything like that. It builds really quickly. And just, I think, would make really beautiful. I think if you did the massive, it would be, you could make really, really beautiful, like borders or even a full quilt. If you did like, say 9.5 and 8.5 inch squares cut in half, so they were really big geese, you could do 4 or 5 grey, like long rows of them, and it would look great. It would look fantastic. Really good for scrappy fabrics as well, or if you've got a layer cake there maybe, something like that. Right, so you can see how quickly this is building, and you could make some beautiful, beautiful borders and stuff with it. Okay, like that. You can, of course, then trim them down. Okay, so for this size, it will trim to, I think it's 5.5 that way. Yeah, 5.5. So I want to half of 5.5 is 2 3/4. So I want my 2 3/4 line to go down through the centre points like that, and you're just going to square off any excess here, there, like that, and 5 1/4 this side. Sorry, 5.5. Sorry, 5.5. Then all the way across. Just get rid of any of those little stretchy bits. And you can just keep adding and adding and adding and adding. So it's a super fast way of doing that flying geese look, without sort of like having to fiddle around too much. Continuously, basically. You can get long continuous lines. However, I was looking at it, and if you do this, so, I should have had, hang on, let me see if I've got one of the same fabrics. Let me see if I've got a little piece of this, because it works better when you've got the same fabrics. So 2 seconds, let me just, have I got any more of that here? I've just folded all the fabric up out of the way, now I can't find it. There we go. So what you can do is, you can do the reverse as well. So if I do, what am I doing? So I want a 3.5, which would be, that means that would be my little ones here. I literally thought of this about 10 minutes ago. I was like, oh, you could do that with it. And it would make a really interesting design. So if I have a 3.5 in half, like that, and a 4.5 in half, so it's going to be the opposite way round to this. This will be the colour and that will be the cream. Like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a cream one this time, and we're going to put the blue ones either side like this. Okay. Hi Marion, how are you? You're all very quiet tonight, guys. Nobody's got any tales to tell? Anybody got anything to tell me about? There we go. So I'm going to go down that one like that. Okay, I'm just going to quickly press that out just so you can see how this would work. I think it would make a really interesting border like that. And then I'm going to put this one on this side. So I've reversed that colourway. So I got home and I thought, I'm going to have a cup of tea and I'm going to watch Sewing Bee because I didn't watch it last night. And then I realised it wasn't on iPlayer. And apparently that's because it's rescheduled. It's tonight now. So when I finish and I've fed the boys, I can watch it this evening now. I can watch it live. There we go. So let me just get rid of all this out of the way, making a mess. Okay, so you can see I've done like a reverse one here. And then if you then go back to doing it the other way, so start going with a coloured one and put that on like that. And then where's all my coloured triangles? Shocked everyone. I shocked everyone in work this week by handing my notice. Oh, Maria! Right decision for you though, lovely, I hope. Are you going to something else, or are you just thinking, I'm retiring and I'm going to sew? I bet everybody will be very sad to see you go though, darling. Natalie, spending a lot of time in work at the minute and not enough time sewing. Oh, tell me about it. I sew for a living and I still don't spend enough time sewing. Okay, I'm just going to quickly press that one out. I'm going to put the cream ones on, and you can see that it makes these really interesting arrows. So that one's going to go on like that. There we go. And I'm always looking like this. It's always looking for different borders, you know, different ways of putting interesting borders, particularly if you do something like just a panel. If you've got a panel and you just want to make that panel bigger, it's always nice to have ways of doing borders, you know, in different ways. It's why I quite like seminal quilting, because you can make some really interesting borders. But it's quite fiddly, where I thought, this is really quick and easy. Okay, so I'm going to come back over to here. I'm going to iron this out and show you. There we go, like that. And you get like a chevron effect. So I could then add that on if I wanted to there. And what you get is you get like sort of flying geese, so all those little birds, and then into like a chevron. You know, you could then do chevrons the other way. If I do it this way, you could then do chevron this way and, you know, make a section of your border, and then you can chevron it this way, and you know, so it looks like they're coming in together. Just think there's lots of ways you can play with it. Let's add this one on actually so you can see. No plans at the moment, just gives me a bit of breathing space to decide what to do next. Oh, sounds like a plan, lovely. We all need a little bit of breathing space sometimes. Let me just square this one down to the 5 1/2 again. Just so it'll fit together nicely like that. Yeah, sometimes we all need that bit of breathing space, don't we, lovely? Just to go, whew, do you know what? Enough's enough. Let's decide what's going on with our lives. There we go. So that's going to go on like that. There. So I can add that on. So you don't have to do them all in a row. You can make some sections, make a big long row, and then make a couple of different sections to add in. Means you'll be able to come to the retreat. Absolutely, Maria. No peer pressure there, Eileen. There we go. So I'm going to add this one on, just so you can kind of get the idea. Okay. And back over we go. Yeah. Just press that one out. And I'm always pressing out towards the bigger space as well. Okay. And you can just keep building and building and building. You know, I could then add another, here we go, I've got an orangey one there, you know, add another one on there and go back to original geese, you know, or you could, like I was saying, make 2 of those and have them, you know, sort of coming in together. It would make, really, I just think they'd make really interesting borders and a really quick way of doing flying geese. So let me just put this one on just so you've got an idea and how quickly this would grow. Oh, hang on, I've got a funny little pop-up thing come on. There we go. Oh, ow. I feel like someone just bit me then. Ouch. There are quite a lot of midges and stuff around though. I'm sure some of them are eating me. There we go. Like that. And you get the idea, okay? You just keep building them up. So then I would add cream ones onto here, there and there. You know, I could maybe, that might be quite an interesting border actually. Do like 3 geese and then a little chevron, and then 3 geese and a chevron, you know, and keep building it up and building it up. Let me just move that out of the way. You know, so it's just a really, really quick way of doing this continuous flying geese. And like I said, I actually think this would be really beautiful as a quilt top. Can you imagine cutting, you know, you could make it really scrappy, use all the same background fabric, and then you could just do sort of a row or a line, however long you wanted your quilt to be, you know, and then like I did here, alternate them, you know. So imagine, you know, this was a quilt top, but, you know, much wider. You could go all the way down, you could put slashing in between like I did here if you wanted to, and then go back on itself and then go that way. Or, you know, hang on, if I just do that a second. I don't know if this is good, if, you know, that'll make sense. Hang on. No, I'm not in the camera. You know, so you can imagine you've got them coming along this way. Hang on, still not in the camera. Coming along this way, that lovely chevron, and then boom, and suddenly they're head to head, and they're going the other way. So I think it would make beautiful, like, baby mat or something. If you were doing, you know, really scrappy, using lots. I mean, I'm still using up the headers, the freebie headers that one of the motor reps gave me. This is the Land of Enchantment stuff. I'm getting so many projects out of them. I can't believe how much fabric is on them, actually. What I mean by headers are these. I'm sure I've shown you them before. The reps sometimes, well, not always, but sometimes give us these, and we very often give them away in the goodie bags at the retreats. But you think, oh, it's not that much fabric, but actually there's loads of fabric on there. I mean, I could get a whole quilt of these flying geese almost out of that one with some background fabric. But you could use a charm pack. You could make them 5-inch cut in half, which would make these bits 4-inch, you know, nice and easy as a charm pack quilt. So yeah, lots and lots of things you can do with this, but I just thought it was such a quick and easy method of making geese, and you know I like quick and easy. So that's kind of it. That's, again, real quick one tonight from us. What's that all about? You know, have a little go at it, make a little bit like that, bit of vinyl. Remember, we sell the vinyl on the website. June Taylor Zip, instant project wallet. You know, just have a little go at the method. There's lots, you know, I'm trying not to have lots of orphan blocks lying around, because obviously we do a block and we do bits and pieces. So even if it is just into a project wallet, because you can't have enough project wallets, I'm trying to use up my blocks rather than just having all these orphan blocks all the way around. So yeah, continuous flying geese, nice and easy, really quick to do. The only downfall of it, I would say, is just be careful that you don't start to wander off. Okay, it would be quite easy if you don't line up that when you do that. You need to make sure that centre point is still running central all the time, because otherwise, if it's slightly off and you just keep building, you'll end up with like diagonals. You could possibly, I wonder if you could work it where they actually were staggered. That might be something I'll work on. See if you can actually stagger them so they're almost like they're on point. You know, like they're just offset a little bit. Maybe. I'll see if I can work that out. But brilliant for borders. Brilliant for a really quick quilt. I think great, again, for using up your scraps and stuff. Thanks, Eileen. Yes, well, hopefully our hotel isn't one of the, well, it's only a tiny little one. There's only like 8 apartments in the place that we're staying, so it's not really a hotel. So I'm hoping that hasn't been one of the ones that's caught in these wildfires. I mean, they've had a ridiculously hot June over there, haven't they? It's been incredible, the heat wave over in Greece, and that's caused all these fires to break out early because it's all too dry. But yeah, I feel like I'm destined not to go. That's what I'm getting at the moment. I'm feeling like the universe is telling me, and I'm not a believer in all that normally, but I'm kind of feeling like the universe is telling me not to go. First of all, you know, the baby is coming early and we'll be away, and then this, and I'm just like, oh, is it telling me not to go? My husband says I'm daft and we're going, but what if we get there and the hotel's not there? I mean, we've booked with TUI, so I imagine they'll let us know if it's okay, but we'll see. But anyway, thank you, lovely. I hope I get away too. I'm actually away from the shop for 2 weeks, like Sarah was back in June. But I will do the quilt along on the Thursday evening when I'm back. Obviously not next week, because I'll be hopefully in Cos. If not, I'll do it on the Thursday. So I'll see you then. I've got lots and lots of planning. Phil's only got 1 week off. So the week that I'm home, I'm going to obviously be spending lots of time cuddling the new baby, and taking little man out on some trips and things and doing lots of stuff with him so he doesn't feel left out. But I've also got a couple of big sewing days planned as well, because I've got lots of ideas in the pipeline. So that's the plan anyway. Thank you, my lovelies. I will see you very soon, in a couple of weeks. Remember, we Glamorgan WI Federation annual exhibition is on this weekend. It's at Aberavon Hotel in Port Talbot. We will be there all day Saturday, and there will be a most amazing quilts and crafts and all sorts. So if you are in the area or anywhere around, I'll put a picture of the poster up tomorrow on our website, on our website, on our main page, so you can see. But come in and say hello. Come down to Port Talbot and have a little look. It should be a good day. So yeah, take care, my loves, and see you real soon. Bye.